Good morning, guys. Ron Harris here, MD Online Editor. Saturday morning, day 2 of the Tampa Pro, and I just want to talk about something that came up last night. After the show was done, I was interviewing Kareth Baggio, who won the 212. Congratulations, Kareth. And there was discussion about possibly going to Texas Pro next weekend, get another paycheck, win another show. He actually was hesitant about that because he was concerned, well, what if I'm taking an Olympia qualification away from somebody else? Somebody else could win the 212 and they could go to the Olympia because I'm already qualified. Milos Sarcev and I were talking about the old days. Milos was a very, very active competitor in the 90s. He used to do up to 10, 12 contests a year. And he said, back in those days, they were just out to win shows and win money, and they didn't care if they were taking qualifications away, and the other guys didn't care about them. And that's how it is. It's every man and woman for himself when it comes to qualifying for the Olympia. And then, J.M. Mannion was packing up his stuff, and Milos called over to him for his 2 cents to weigh in on. And he said, you know what? It's they don't care if they wouldn't care if they're taking qualification away from you. And furthermore, you got someone like who do you use as an example? Ashley Kaltwasser, who's qualified for life for the Bikini Olympia as a former Olympia champion. She's won 6 shows this year. 6. So was she worried about, oh no, I'm preventing someone else from going to the Olympia because I'm winning a show, and whoever took second to me, they could have won and they could have been qualified. But you know what? It's, as we had a little discussion about, the Olympia, Mr., Ms., all the divisions, it's supposed to be the very best of the best. Just like the Olympics, it's the best of the best. So if you're not good enough to beat somebody, maybe you shouldn't be at the Olympia. Why we have this idea that everyone works hard and deserves to go to the Olympia, because they got a great physique. But you know what? If you're not the best of the best, it's like the Olympics. Every country sends their very best. Their very fastest runners, the top athletes in each individual sport in the Olympics. And I don't think anyone's worried about, oh no, well, so-and-so works really hard. He or she's not as good as the best people, but they'd really love a chance to be at the Olympics. So, let me slow down in my race so they can get past me and they can go to the Olympics because I'm already a lock for the Olympics. What's that say? Seeing deleted cheekbones, dieted cheekbones. Yeah, man, I was in much better shape when I got to Tampa. I've been eating so many bars. I ate a pizza. Oh, dude. These contest coverage weekends are not good for dieting because I'm in the seat the whole time. Anyway, yeah, so back to that. The Olympia qualification, everyone wants their favorite athlete to get the Olympia. And we have this point system now. So athletes are doing multiple shows. I'm not in the Tampa Pro. I'm not a pro. I'm covering it. For musculardevelopment.com, No Bull Forum, and that actually starts up our coverage in 2.5 hours again. This is day 2. Let me run through the schedule real quick because I know there's going to be a ton of questions. TimGardnerProductions.com is where you can get the pay-per-view. That's the only way you can watch the contest streaming. There's no free streaming. If you see anybody stealing the stream, they could get in big trouble. But so today we have the last 4 divisions. We have women's fitness, bikini, women's bodybuilding, and open men. Open men, because people will be asking me, what time does Ian go on? They want to know exactly what time Ian's going to be on stage, which is impossible. Ian's looking great. So 11:30 is when the judging starts with 4 divisions, and men's open is last. So my best estimate, when are they going to go on? 1:30 maybe. It's impossible to say. But if you go to musculardevelopment.com, we're doing a play-by-play thread, the Daily Pump. Bikini, yes. So you're asking, what time is bikini? Couldn't tell you. Judging starts at 11:30, and they run straight through with the division. So it starts with women's fitness, and they're only doing the physique round. They do the routine round at the finals a little bit later tonight, late afternoon actually. Then it's, I believe, women's bodybuilding, women's bikini, and then men's open. So the only division we know when it's starting is fitness physique round. That starts at 11:30. Everything else, it's hard to say. The judging went so long yesterday. They used to have top 3 qualify every show. Anyway. Yeah, judging started yesterday. We had more divisions yesterday. We had men's physique, women's physique, 212, classic physique, wellness. That's 5. Was there another one? I think that was it, but it started at 8:30 in the morning, did not finish until 3 p.m. That's the judging. Any word on Sister Nino? Have not heard. He hasn't posted. His last post, I checked because I was wondering what happened, and I'm not going to text him to ask. It's, he's probably not in the greatest headspace right now because he is one of the greatest 202 and 212 bodybuilders. He's one of the OGs, as we say, and I didn't think he looked bad. He was never in contention for the win yesterday, the way he looked. I've seen him much better, but he didn't look bad. But he didn't make top 10, did not come back for the finals. So I don't know what's going on with Guy. I hope, physically, I hope he's okay, mentally and all that. He's a good guy. I like Guy Cisternino. So hoping for the best. Everyone has good shows and bad shows. I don't know what his plans are. So yeah, today is men's open. But anyway, let me just wrap that up. So the Olympia qualification system, there are athletes who feel, well, if I want a show, I should just quit for the season and just focus on the Olympia. But in a case like this, we have another show. Getting older, yeah. Everyone's getting older, man. Father Time wins. He's undefeated. He beats everybody in the end. Yeah. Geez. So yeah, next week is a Texas Pro, and a lot of these athletes, I'm sure, that were in the Tampa Pro this weekend are going to go on to the Texas. It's only 1 week away, especially if you've traveled very far, say from Korea or something, or Kuwait. Why would you go all the way back home if you could stay in the U.S. a few more days and maybe get a win? Hit up another show, pick up a little money, get another win. But as far as worrying about taking away qualifications, I don't think anybody should worry about that, because I guarantee you most athletes wouldn't care if the shoe was on the other foot. They wouldn't care if they were picking up another win and some more money and another title, just so they could lay back and let somebody else get it, because it's not, everyone doesn't deserve to be in the Olympia. The Olympia is supposed to be the elite, the best athletes in each of those categories in the world. Yeah, it's something that people that are very sympathetic, empathetic, someone who's very nice and considerate, that would be their thought processes. I just won a show. I shouldn't do the show next week because then, I'm taking away someone else's chance to get to the Olympia. But if they can't beat you, what are they going to do at the Olympia? Ashley talks about how she loves competing. Yeah, this is they're professional athletes. Why not? And their careers typically aren't very long. It's not like Dexter is an anomaly. Everyone always points out Dexter. Dexter's like 1 in a million, guys. No one. How many other guys or girls compete till they're past the age of 50 and they've done 70 shows and they've won 30 shows, and it's don't compare everyone to Dexter. It's kind of annoying because he's such an anomaly. He's such a unique situation in person. So the careers aren't that long. A typical pro bodybuilding career, or in any of these divisions, average career is about 5 years. If you go 10 years, you've had a pretty good run. If you go past 10 years, that's amazing. What's that say? Think about the top 2 qualified Olympia. Yeah, they're getting top 2 qualifications in Alicante, which that's fine. There's not a lot of shows over in Europe, and it is expensive to get over to the U.S. to do all these shows for those athletes from the Middle East and Europe. So I understand that. That's fine, top 2. But yeah, the Olympia, if you can't beat somebody that's already qualified for the Olympia, and I'm not saying you don't deserve it, but it's not about who deserves to be in the Olympia. You deserve to be in the Olympia if you qualify for the Olympia, and that's it. You got to win a show, you got to get in enough points or whatever, and if someone messes up your plans because they just won a show and they're a better competitor than you, oh well, they're going to beat you at the Olympia anyway. If it's that hard for you to get to the Olympia, you're probably not going to do very well at the Olympia. I know a lot of people just want to say, I compete in the Olympia. That's almost every bodybuilder's dream, Love to be on the Olympia stage one day. Who wouldn't? But you got to earn your way there. And if you can't beat the people who are you're competing against, who are also trying to get to the Olympia, or maybe they're already qualified for the Olympia, oh well, you don't get to go to the Olympia. It's not a merit-based system. It's not, who works the hardest, who's the nicest guy, and it's a girl. It's got nothing to do with that. This is a sport. It's competition. Everyone's out to beat everybody. It's every man and woman for themselves. It's not a team sport. Any thoughts on Shaban versus Ian? No. My thoughts will happen when I see them on stage today. I have no idea. You know, it's silly to try to judge these shows before they happen because you're going on hotel pictures, you're going on gym pictures. Until the guys all come out, because I've seen guys go from bad to, you know, from looking pretty bad, like holding a lot of water, didn't look like they were ready, to a week or two later, they look phenomenal on stage. And I've seen the opposite far more often. A good example in the 212 division, Austin Carr from Las Vegas. He was one of my favorites going into the show based on what I've seen from him in the past and how he was looking in his pictures leading up to the show. Taking pics. Yeah, I suck at taking pics. But he tried to overcarb, or he carved up on, tried to fill out on some different foods that he hadn't been eating, and the result was disastrous. He spilled over. Very, very smooth from the back. Front wasn't too bad, but thoughts on father being the root of all evil? What? Some of you guys, are you already high at this hour? Come on. But Austin, that's a guy who would have done much better. He didn't make top 10, and I'm very sure if he had been in condition, he would have been top 3 minimum. Yeah. It's on father. You posted that again. I will not respond to these nonsense questions. So anyway, guys, yeah, to wrap it up, that's that, and just give you some more information. That's sucky to see when someone looks good then spills. Yeah, I am well, thank you. Ian weighed in at 260 this morning. Yeah, Ian confirmed weighing at 260. Ian's great. He's my favorite for the show. Charles Griffin's got a hell of a physique. He looks great. Shaban looks great. You know, Mohammed El Alam from Egypt, another tough competitor. Max Charles, we can't forget Max. How many hours till prejudging? So judging starts in 2.5 hours, but that is going to start with women's fitness, then bikini, or I think women's bodybuilding, then bikini. So men's open is going last out of 4 divisions, guys. So I can't tell you when men's open starts. I can't tell you when Ian's going to be on stage. So please go to musculardevelopment.com. On the Noble forums, we have a thread called 2021 Tampa Pro Play-by-Play with commentary and, more importantly, my pictures. I sit there next to our actual photographer, Hector, who's taking the high-res pictures that take a couple hours to upload and get on the site. My pictures on an iPhone with our MD team helping out to post them go up immediately. So you see all the comparisons, all the call-outs. You can see how the show's going. Or get the live stream at Tim Gardner Productions. You can watch the video too. But I encourage you to do both, of course. And yeah, that's it. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, do the thumbs up, don't do the thumbs down, comment, question, all that good stuff. Anyway, guys, yeah, so judging starts in 2.5 hours. You rock good. That's better than saying you suck. Judging starts at 11:30. 4 divisions, and men's open is last. So that's it, guys. Catch you guys later. Please watch the channel for a lot more videos, wrap-ups, interviews, good stuff. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.